All right, so 3 common mistakes that I see a lot of with coaches catching the jab and how we can fix that and why it's actually a mistake. So number 1 is angling the mitt, not giving our boxer a flat target to punch through. So what I mean by that is coaches kind of holding it off at an angle like this. A couple of reasons why that's a mistake. Number 1, it's not gonna build confidence for our boxers because they're not landing those knuckles and that fist nice and flat to the target. So it's not gonna feel that great for them, right? They're kind of hitting half of the mitt and it's gonna slide off a little bit. What we wanna do, especially with the jab, because it's the non-dominant side for our boxers, is really build that confidence. It's a hard punch for a lot of beginners and even intermediates to build up and build confidence with a jab. So if we've got the mitt angled off, it's not allowing them to feel good and build confidence. Also, the glove can slide off too, right? So it's not creating a good solid impact. Solid impact is what we want on every single punch when we're catching punches. So number 1, make sure that mitt is nice and flat to the fist, and from the start they can see that flat big surface area, just like they would if they were boxing an opponent, right? That's designed to mimic the head. So it's not like the head's always going to be turned off to the side like this. The head's going to be flat and in front of them. That we're trying to replicate that. So to build the confidence, the mitt should be nice and flat, and we can get all 4 knuckles and that fist nice and solid right into the center of the mitt. So try and avoid that angling, okay? Number 2, not having the mitt in place and making the call for the punch. See this a lot where the mitts will be down or they'll be kind of closed off or whatever. And I'll see coaches go jab, and then as the boxer starts to throw the jab, they'll just meet it at the last minute. Jab, jab, like that, right? So technically what's happening there is your boxer is starting to throw that jab at nothing and then just relying on you as the coach to meet it at the last minute. So then it becomes kind of guesswork on where the jab's going to be, and they're just 100% relying on you as a coach. They're not being trained to see a target and then punch the target. So what I encourage you to do with this is have the mitt in place, and then they can see the target. They know what the punch is going to be, but then the audio cue is what makes them actually throw the punch. So they can see the target from the start. They're going to get way more accuracy, and the jab's going to be a lot better if they can see the target before they throw the punch. So it should look like this. Jab. So as you can see the mitt from the start. Jab. Good. Jab. And then I bring the mitt down, right? It's clear I don't want any punches. Jab, jab, there, okay? So show the target, then make the call for the jab. That's the second mistake that I see a lot of. So just try and avoid this again, just to go back to the mistake for a second. Jab, jab. So calling it without the mitt being in place, all right? So there's the first 2. Before I get to number 3, I just want to remind you, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, leave your comments down below if you have any questions or any other mistakes that you see that I've not gotten through on this. We'll make a video on that too. All right, so number 3 is just an accuracy issue. A lot of coaches catching the jab way too high. And if you're taller than your boxer, it can be easy to do that. So I'm taller than Nady, so if I just hold it up here, she's gonna be punching up, right? So I need to get wider in my stance, lower my height a little bit so I can catch that jab at about shoulder height. Then her form is going to be better. She can turn into it. She can drive the arm straight through the pad. It's going to build that confidence and make them feel like they've got a good jab. So just try not to go up with the mitt when you're catching the punch. Now, sometimes you might get a client or a boxer, whoever you're working with, who does actually do this, right? And they just start throwing it up, and you might need to just kind of lift it just to make sure they get the impact. But then let's cue them to bring the height of the punch down, because that's the mistake on the boxer's part. But what we want to avoid is just going jab and showing a high target from the start. Jab, and going up there like that, because we start to get this. Now, if Eddie's training to fight a taller opponent in the next few weeks, and we're working on a training camp to do that, totally fine, but that's not what we're working on right now. We're working on for fitness and good form and technique. So we're making sure that jab's at shoulder height. Jab, jab, there, right down the shoulder height. You can turn and drive through it. So number 3, just avoid going up and making your boxers jab up like this, all right? We want accuracy, always accuracy. All right, so there you have it, 3 common mistakes when catching the jab. Let me know if you have any common mistakes that we didn't cover in this video. We'll cover it on the next one. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you watch this video, 4 ways to catch punches like a pro. You okay over there?